If you're still manually cold outreaching in 2025, you're going to get left behind. We are now in the AI era, and today I'm going to reveal the latest strategies that I'm using in my marketing agency to reach out to quite literally thousands upon thousands of leads every single month, automated. This will work for you regardless of the product or service you sell, regardless of where you are based in the world. Now, cold outreach is the act of reaching out to completely cold leads who don't know about our product or service yet. That is the whole purpose. We want to reach out to them, qualify them, gauge their interest, and then book them into a sales meeting where we are going to sell them and, of course, get that moolah. I'm also going to presume that you already have a lead list to reach out to using these strategies. If you don't, then I'm going to put a link in the description to an hour-long free training that I created that'll teach you how to create a lead list of thousands in just minutes. So go and check that out after this. Finally, before we jump into it, the automated strategies we're going to go through are for digital-based outreach. It's for email, it's for DMs across all platforms. This does not override the effectiveness of certain strategies like cold calling, like door-to-door, which have to be done by a human, which are still incredibly effective, okay? They are hard, but incredibly effective, and we are not yet at a place where AI can replace those strategies, okay, unfortunately. Okay, let's get into it. So the first tool I'm going to run you through is RepliQ. RepliQ is a video generation tool, and this overrides what was or used to be called the Loom strategy or the free audit strategy. Now, when I launched my agency 8 years ago, one of the most effective ways to secure meetings was sending emails to potential customers with a screen recording, just like the one you're seeing on screen right now. This is Loom that I am using. And we would give a little bit of free value. Maybe we would audit the business, and it would be like a 2 to 3 minute video where we would send them some value and then request a meeting, engage their interests. It was hyper personalized, but it would take an awful lot of time. Well, now that entire process can be automated using AI, using RepliQ. This is an example of one of the videos. So let me show you the process of how you create it and how easy it is. Now, some of you, when I have spoken about RepliQ in the past, have asked me why I don't recommend Be Human instead, which is another similar tool. And the truth is, RepliQ just has far more flexibility on what you have in the background of your video, which is why I really rate it. So we're going to go in and we're going to hit video, and now we get to choose what we want the video background to be. Do we want it to be a website URL? Do we want it to be the LinkedIn profile? If you're an ad agency, we can do the meta ads library, which is awesome. So we can show the ads library, and this is going to mimic us doing it ourselves. We are going to do website, and I'm just going to show you a demo of this process. We're going to do personalized greeting and video background. Now you can go ahead and you can upload your pitch. So you're going to want to record a 2 to 3 minute pitch, which is going to be what is used on each of these videos. The AI will change the name and any other custom variables that you want to change. So it's important you get this right. My biggest tip for you when recording this pitch is don't waffle on, make it a maximum of 3 minutes. Have a couple of errors in there. Show that you're human. Show your personality. Don't be rigid. Don't be just reading off this really strict script. Of course, consider what you're going to say, but try and be as natural and off the cuff as possible. You can also just record one natively on the website. I'm going to use their demo because if not, it's going to take a little while to load and process the video. And then we go ahead and you can import your files. This is going to be your lead list. I'm going to use their examples just to show you. And now we get to choose how we want this to act, okay? So do we want a little bubble? So do we want us to be small? Do we want a big bubble? Or do we want it to be full screen? I would recommend small bubble. And then what we want to do is we want to leave this as default. So after 10-second video, we want it to be a small bubble. It's going to start off, okay? It's going to start off big and then go small. And then we're going to do the video title. So we've got a video for you. Or just like, this could be, we can change this to something like quick one or quick idea, something that's going to create curiosity. And then we've got the video description. Let me just make myself small. Let's do that. Okay, the video description is actually then going to change. What does that change? It changes the metadata when we actually share the link. A few of these things have changed since I last logged in. My team use this most of the time. The button text as well, okay, so we can have a button on the link that we send. So this is going to create a custom landing page where it delivers the video. It's not just going to send the video itself. And then we've got the button link. So do we want a call to action to a calendar, for example? We'll also add a calendar button in the top corner as well, so we can make sure they receive that. And then just any other visuals that we want to change. We can change the voice cloning name because we're going to come back and use this again in the future. And then we can also upload our logo. Okay, and so now if we hit start, what do we mean? Name is required. Where are we going? Jordan. Okay, we definitely want to upload our logo because we don't want the RepliQ logo there. The more of this you customize, the more personal it is going to look. So here we can see at the top the video that we just exported, although just realised I don't need to show you that one. I can show you one of our real videos that we use. This is the real live RepliQ account. I thought I was using a demo account, but you can see like 400 videos, literally thousands upon thousands of videos that we've exported here that we've used over the time, pages of them as well. And I can click on one of these and you can see a real one and click on this link. Hey there, it's Jordan Platten here. I hope you're well. You can see the background there that's scrolling through a website, and you've got me there pitching. And actually, this is before RepliQ was AI enabled, because it hasn't even got the name at the start. It says, hey there, it's Jordan here. Hey there, it's Jordan Platten here. I hope you're well. And now you guys can have AI importing different fields and so on as well, so it's an unfair advantage. And this worked incredibly well for us. We used RepliQ for many months and signed up many clients using the platform. Why don't we use it currently in our outreach? Well, the truth is there comes a point in your agency growth when you're at multi-seven figures and you've got serious amount of case studies and leverage that you don't need to use these little hacks anymore. You can get away with much simpler outreach, much more mundane, leaning on the case studies and really focusing on that element of the business. These strategies work incredibly well for agencies that are yet to have all of that leverage, that want to use the extra hack, that need that edge to stand out. My edge is the fact that we've generated millions upon millions, and I'm talking tens of millions for various brands all over the world in the agency. So we just need to talk about that, and we stand out above 99% of our competition. So cool to see that. It's nice to see the old one. I don't look too much younger there. We're talking 2 years ago, almost 3 years ago now. I think I'm aging pretty well. Cool, that is RepliQ. Go check it out. I'll put a link in the description. Great tool for those of you guys that want an edge and want to stand out from a personalization standpoint. Next tool I want to run you through is something simpler. This is Smart Lead, and Smart Lead is without a doubt the best email outreach tool. Okay, many people talk about Instantly and Lemlist and so on. Those are also good tools, but there is going to come a point where you're going to want to scale quite aggressively with your outreach. Smart Lead is the most cost effective, and also this is really built for people to be doing this at a large volume. Tools like Instantly and so on can get very expensive and aren't really built for the mass volume. They're built for smaller businesses to be using them. But that doesn't discount how good those tools are. You can absolutely use one of them, and it's not going to be a difference of you succeeding or not. Smart Lead is just the one that we've found to be the best at large volume. Okay, so it's a simple email outreach tool, but it has AI elements attached to it. There are various different things that Smart Lead do. They manage your servers, which is really important at scale to make sure that you don't get bans. It also will automatically decide the outcome of an email. So if it seems to be positive or negative or neutral and so on, you can use AI to associate that, and probably a whole bunch of other features since I've last personally logged in on the account myself. Now, this is a simple demo account. Now I'm going to just create the first campaign to show you how easy this is. We simply import our CSV file. That's our lead list that you can learn how to create in the description. We then go on to sequences and we write our first email. We can compose it with AI as well using our ChatGPT-4 code, although it's really important to note that I don't believe that AI is the most effective way to write cold emails. The best, most effective cold emails are the ones that you've personally written yourself and you've put energy and attention into them. I've got many videos on this channel going through cold email outreach, and so if you want to know more about scripting, then go check them out. I'll put some links in the description for you on various things that we're going to go through. Okay, so we've got our first email. I would always recommend then having 3 follow-ups. Okay, the first one's going to be like a bump, the second one's going to be like a case study, the third one's going to be a little bit of free value. So you've got your first email, and then I would wait like 2 days in between each of these. Okay, so 2, 2, 2. You could do 3 days in between 2 and 3, but yeah, it doesn't really make too much of a difference across large data, and we've sent hundreds upon hundreds of thousands of cold emails, and across the people we've mentored, because we mentor agencies, and we've mentored over 4,500, we've probably sent millions of emails over the time. Okay, so that's our sequence, and then we go through to setup. Okay, can we go through to setup? Is it going to let us go through to setup? Okay, next. I'm gonna have to import a little CSV. Let me do that first and then I'll show you setup. Okay, so we get to choose our sender accounts. These are the emails or the addresses that we want to send from. Now, broadly speaking, I would recommend starting off and sending 15 new cold emails per day per email account. So that you're gonna have to reverse engineer how many emails you wanna send. If you wanna send 150 emails, that means you need 10 email accounts initially. You can get away with up to 3 emails per domain. Okay, so again, reverse engineer that. One domain is like 2 or 3 emails, and then each email is 15 new leads per day. You can scale that up to 30 new emails per day per email once you've been established for a couple of months. You also want to make sure that your emails are always in warming, and that is Smart Lead's ability to mimic normal interactions and responses and messages on your email account to increase your email domain health, which is really important. If you go above those limits, you're going to end up getting emails banned, and that can be a headache. So I always recommend having a reserve of emails in the locker warming up, just in case that happens in the future. I'll run through how you can do warming in a second. We're then going to modify our settings, so we can go through and look at the custom settings on here. Broadly speaking, your emails will perform better if you send them in plain text without HTML. That does mean you won't be able to put any links and so on, which you kind of don't want to have in your first email anyway. So a tip for you, boost your deliverability by using plain text. And that does then mean that you're probably not going to track email opens and email links, which is okay, initially, because as long as we're getting results, it doesn't really matter. We only want to turn on open rate tracking if we're uncertain of we're not getting a good volume in, we're not getting any meetings, then we want to diagnose, then let's turn on open rate tracking and we'll be able to see our data on the back end. Okay. Smart service, you're not going to have to worry about until you're sending larger volume. And the rest of this we can leave. Oh, that was that AI categorization I was telling you about. So it's going to choose, is this a positive email? Is this a negative email? And so on and so forth. And that is pretty much it for our setup. So we're going to go back off that campaign. We're going to go down to, we're going to go email accounts. I'm just going to blur out these emails because I don't want you to people to spam these emails up, but you can see we've got a number of different accounts here and they're in warming as well. So warm up is enabled, and all we need to do to get them in warming is hit add accounts. We go connect your email account and you're going to do Google. I recommend if you are doing email outreach, use GoDaddy or a good domain host to buy the domain, and then send it over to Google Workspace, because Google will get the best deliverability. There are all sorts of issues going on with Outlook and so on at the moment, and I won't bore you with the technicality of that. But you just click Google and you're simply then going to log in with your Google account and then get that assigned. And then when you've got it assigned, you'll click on an email address, you'll go over to warming, okay, and then you just simply turn on email warming. And I'll let you see, we'll unblur, I'll let you see the settings that we've got going on there. We've got 40 emails per day, we've got a 5 daily ramp up, so it gradually increases, and then it also randomizes that number as well. Okay, cool, so that is Smart Lead. Okay, there was a time when we were sending 5,000 cold emails every single day in the agency. Again, like I say, we don't need to send that kind of volume now because we get a lot of inbound. But, hopefully that's a measure for you to know what you could be doing. Many people are like, oh yeah, I send like 100 emails a day. Like, okay. Some people send tens of thousands. Some people even send hundreds of thousands. What would be a good goal for most agencies watching this? 500 emails a day, 1,000 emails a day. If you want rapid scale, and you really will scale rapidly. If you have good subject line, if you have good email that you've written yourself, that's why we spend so much time mentoring people and helping them optimize their scripts. Because one little optimization actually reminds me, Waldo from Impressive Click, who you may have heard of, went from 7K to 40K a month in 3 months with us. And the one thing that we changed was his subject line and the way that his email outreach was written. He's getting 1 meeting booked out of every 100 emails he sends, which is absolutely bonkers. That's not typical at all. That's for a web agency, by the way, but still pretty crazy. Okay, next tool, we are flying through this. Auto IGDM. So this is how we automate Instagram DMs. Now, pre-warning, some of these tools that I'm about to show you are what you would call grey hat. In theory, or not really in theory, they do go against the terms of service of the platform you are using. And so it's really important excuse me, that you do not use your own Instagram account, Facebook account, LinkedIn account, and so on, based on the platforms I'm going to show you. You need to get pre-warmed accounts. So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and you're going to buy other accounts from other people that are selling them, and then you can rename them and use them and use them for your outreach. Okay, that is only if you're planning on sending large volume. I'm talking in the hundreds every single day. If you're just sending small volume, like under 50, you can get away with your personal account. Now, fortunately, tools like AutoIGDM will set this up for you. They have many services and many resources that will help you get warmed accounts and show you the right places in order to buy them. They're also very, very cheap in order for you to do that. So log into AutoIGDM. If you get onboarded with the guys, they'll set all this up for you. Here, add new campaign. Let's have a look at this campaign. And now we can set up our targeting options, or just how we want this to operate. So, first of all, leads. So we can target people based on the hashtags that they use. Okay, so we might be targeting kitchen remodelers. So we might do kitchen remodel. Okay, this might be a keyword that we want to target. There might be kitchen fitting and so on, other keywords. You go on ChatGPT and be like, give me a list of all the top keywords for this niche, and then it'll come up with some. So we're going to do kitchen, we're going to get bathroom or kitchen showroom, for example, and that's going to be hashtag based targeting. So it's going to pull a list and send out messages to everybody on this hashtag. We can also do followers of certain accounts. We can do people who engaged with other certain accounts, and we can just do a custom lead list. The most effective way is going to be a custom lead list, because this means we are controlling the variables. This means we are controlling who we input into the system. A little side note for you: if you want to know how to build big lists of leads from Instagram, then you can use IG Leads, it's a website, or you can use Phantom Buster to scrape Instagram as well. And then again, you can control the variables. If you use these functions, you may reach out to some people that are not qualified, which some people care about, other people don't. We upload that, and then we go through to message. Okay, so our first message, here we've got a template. Hi, first name, I can see you like sales. How long have you been in this industry? Generally speaking, it's good practice to open up with a question. Some people go straight in with an offer. If you have an offer which really does strike a lot of curiosity, which is very unique, definitely go in with it. If you don't, if you're selling something which is broader or more generic, then go in with a qualification question first of all, or just something to engage in conversation. Don't go ahead with like the standard script that many people do is this the best place to ask you a question? I hate that. I get that 30 times a day to my Instagram. Be clever with it, make it relevant to the industry, make it relevant to the prospect that you're trying to reach out to. So we put our message, we set the schedule, Monday to Friday, for example. Between these times, it's going to randomly send those messages through a specific interval, hitting 50 DMs per day per account. So hence, if you want to send more than 50 DMs per day, you're going to have to get multiple accounts, which the guys at IGDM can instruct you and help you to achieve. And then we simply hit submit campaign. And that's as simple as it is. Amazing. Back in the day, I have sent thousands of Instagram DMs manually, and it was a pain in the arse. So you can't get banned all the time. And so tools like this, I just wish existed back then. But it didn't stop me. We still got to the place. We still scaled the agency. So that grit, sometimes doing things manually, teaches you a lot, and it teaches you a lot of resilience. But you guys, fortunately, don't have to go through that. So there you go. Next one is reach out. This is even more grey hat, I would say. Because Facebook are stricter. Ironically, Facebook own Instagram, but they're less strict on Instagram than they are on Facebook. They're so strict that ReachOut recently removed the word Facebook from the website. World's first cloud DM platform for nothing. That used to say Facebook. Okay. But it still works, and they're getting away with it, and you will get away with it as well. Albeit as well, the Facebook and Instagram are there. Albeit you will want to be careful and be mindful of the accounts that you use. Again, you'll want to use dummy accounts and just not your own. So going on ReachOut, all we have to do is we hit first campaign, log in, and then we can choose who we want to select. Now the great thing about Facebook is we've got groups. So Facebook group members is a really great place here. So let's say you're in real estate, join a real estate group, you click Facebook group members, then you're going to select that group. We can select one of my groups. So we can do high ticket closer opportunities, for example. Well, not my groups, one of them I'm in. And we can do send message sequence, or we can do send friend or follow request. We're going to do message sequence. And what do we want to call this campaign? High ticket closers. We're going to send it from my account. We're going to do 50 per day, again, for profile safety. And then we can find keywords in their bio. So we might want to be real estate, for example, and we can exclude keywords in the bio if we want to. Filter by location, filter by gender. Do we want to scan group admins? Okay, so do we want to get rid of group admins from there so we don't get us, if we message a group admin, we might get banned. Okay, so we don't want to do that. We're then going to hit next. Then we can set the delay. I can recommend setting this, we probably set it a little bit more than 3 minutes. We can do 8 minutes, for example. You can do 12 minutes. And then we're going to enter our first message. Again, using the same script that we use on Instagram. The purpose of this video isn't to go through scripting. If you guys want me to either go through scripting for any of these things or live do some outreach, so I actually write a script whilst doing some outreach for some real clients for a real scenario, drop a comment down below. If enough of you guys comment down below with either of those two things, depending on what it is, I will create the content for you, okay? But I want to know the demand is there so I don't spend my time, because a lot of effort has to go into videos like that when I'm actually doing live outreach, okay? We can then add other messages to the sequence, so it's very, very simple, and we simply hit save, and it's going to go ahead and do this for us. Now, Reach Owl does also have the functionality for you to outreach on Instagram. I haven't tested that myself. I've only ever used it for Facebook with success. Auto IGDM, I do believe, are the better, or is the better product for Instagram outreach, because those guys are just specializing on Instagram. The algorithm is different, and also there is more support on getting those accounts in. Why am I forgetting the name of what the fake account is? It's not a fake account, aged account, of course. Aged profiles. It's been a very long day. Today is my content day, and I've recorded a lot of ads today. So the brain is lagging somewhat. Aged accounts. Okay, so if you want to do your own research, you're looking at buying aged accounts or aged profiles. Great. So that is Reach Owl. What have we got next? We've got something a little bit more above board. This is Expandy, okay? Both of these two that we're about to go through are a lot more above board. They're kind of approved and integrated with the tools that you use them on. And so Expandy is one of those. Expandy is a LinkedIn outreach tool, and this is one that I've used for many years, even before I started my agency, way back when I was in corporate sales and I was doing 150 cold calls every single day. LinkedIn used to be the best place to generate leads. It still is a great platform, and it is what I use, which is why I've built up a good reputation on my LinkedIn profile. Okay, it's not just outreach, but it's all sorts of different things as well. You can manage all of your connections and just building your profile using Expandy. It's got a pretty comprehensive dashboard on here. But if we go over to my campaigns, we can add a campaign. And generally the best flow for using LinkedIn automation is don't send a pitch message when you're trying to connect with someone. On LinkedIn, we have to connect with someone first and then send them a message. But many people make the mistake of putting a pitch in the connection request. Well, they're not going to accept your connection if you've got a pitch in there. So leave the connection request blank and then send your pitch afterwards, or send your curiosity question. So we're going to do connector, that's what we're going to do. And then we can go ahead, and you can do messenger, like I say, but we're going to do connector. And we're going to create blank template. God, there's a lot more functionality on here since I last come on this as well. Okay, connector message, that's what we like. We've got some AI scripting there as well. We're going to leave that blank, as I said. And we're going to leave that blank as well. We're going to save. So we don't want to connect a message on there, no worries. So now, when we go on, let's actually go on the flow of what we've got happening. So first of all, we've got people. So we can do a URL search. Okay, so we can go onto LinkedIn. We can do a search, and we take the URL at the top of the page, and we just paste it, and it's going to import that. We can upload from CSV, or we can go on an existing search. Okay, what have we got in here? Well, aesthetic clinics. There we go. And so we can go ahead and we can take that search and we can use that. Okay, but as I said, it's pretty well integrated. We can just take the LinkedIn URL. Cool. So now we go to campaign. Let's edit the flow of this campaign. I'll show you how to add additional steps to it. There you go, steps. And then we're going to go add follow-up. That's follow-up messages to the connection. That's not what we want to do. We want to do a completely custom campaign. Let's do new campaign. And let's do skip the goal, and let's do builder And then this is going to be a little bit more advanced. Yeah, it's going to give us a lot more flexibility. This is what we're after. We want a proper flow. That's what we want. Okay, this is what I'm used to, Expandy. You're making it too easy for the noobs. No one on this channel is a noob. We always learn how to do things the advanced way. Okay, so we're going to start. We're going to visit profile, and then what we're going to do is we're going to do a connection request. Okay, so then we can do connection request, and we can drag that on. Awesome. Okay, and let's connect that. There we go. To use this action, you make sure that you are not connected to this person by doing if connected. Okay, that's fine. If connected. And we're not going to wait 7 days. We're going to do that immediately. We could do it a day after, actually. If we visit the profile, we're then going to do this a day after. So if it's connected, yes. If we're connected, then we don't want to do anything. We want to cancel the automation. So if we are connected, then we're going to go ahead. In fact, if we are connected, then we want to go ahead and send a message. So if we're not connected, we're going to send a request. If we are connected already, then we're going to send a message. Okay. And so on LinkedIn, we have in-mails. We only have a limited amount of these. So if you're on LinkedIn Sales Navigator, you'll have more. It means we can bypass the need of being connected with someone. But what we are going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to do follow-up message. Okay. Cool. So here we go. And then we put the message. Hi, this is my pitch. Hope you like it. Great. If they don't respond, then we can send another follow-up message. We can go through there, and so on. If we send them a connection request, then we're going to say, okay, is this person connected? Like, have they responded to us? And so we're going to do if connected again. And then we're going to connect that. If they are, then we can send a follow-up message. And we can continue our flow. If they're not, then we can send an in-mail. Okay? Doing a more advanced flow. Just going to bypass. It's going to say, hang on. Oh, we need to do if in-mail. If open in-mail. That means have we got in-mails? And then we're going to do open in-mail. Cool. And then we can send a message and we can bypass the need to connect to them. So that would be a manual flow. You can get really techie with this. You can go as much into it as you want. You can like a post, you can like the company, you can endorse a skill on their profile. So there's a lot that you can get into. Let's have a little look out of interest at some of the automated flows that Expandy have got, though. It's always great to see. This company has gone so far since way back when. We're talking like 10 years ago I started using Expandy, so to see the way that they've built now this product is just, it's you don't have the context, but to know what I mean. This was so primitive. This used to be so primitive. Okay, so what do we got? Open in-mail, so it's a new in-mail. We've got messaging, and we've got connector. It's all pretty simple. Create from template. For this campaign, template is not available. Oh, okay, here we go. For this campaign, click continue with the blank one. Well, why is there no templates? Come on, Expandy. Create campaign from template, but there's no templates. Okay, I think we get the idea. New campaign. We want to boost our marketing efforts, or we want to get more clients for consulting services. What audience are we targeting? Value proposition. Free consultation. Let's do next. Now, here we go. That's what we want. Create a seamless customer journey. Message your network. Maximize your network. Engage through open in-mail. Here we go. Okay. Look at this. Look at that. This AI generated this. That's amazing. Okay. This is class. Again, if I had this, guys, you don't know how lucky you are. Visit profile, follow profile. If connected, yes, then like a post, then send a follow-up message. Oh, it's got a message. It's got a DM. I'll change this, by the way, because other people will be using this, but it's going to give you a nice basis there. Then endorse a skill and then like a company post. Awesome. Okay, this one, connection request. If connected, visit the profile. Like a post. If they're not, like a post. Okay, great. If connected, yes, send a follow-up message, skill endorsement. If connected, oh, these are just a follow-up sequence. Wow, this is awesome. This is very, very, very cool. Hats off to expanding. So go check this out. Now, what I would recommend is actually one of those things with all of these tools. It's very, very easy as a baseline to, in fact, I'm going to hold that for. I'm going to tell you about it afterwards. I'm going to give you a strategy that all of you can use right now to make the most of all of this stuff, okay? Drippy. Drippy is basically what we've been going through, Auto IGGM, Reach Owl, Expandy, but for Twitter or for X, okay? So it's AI outreach for Twitter, and it works incredibly well. Twitter have extremely high limits for outreach, and so it works very simply. We're just simply going to hit new automation, and we can do cold DM 2.0. We select a source, okay, and we've got a source on there already, and then we've got script personalizer, so we can personalize an existing script that we created, or we can AI generate a script. Okay, that's pretty cool, so we can give it some context. I'm an agency selling web services to aesthetic clinics. I want to offer them a free consultation. Nah, that's a terrible offer. Drippy is basically what we've been going through, Auto IGGM, Reach Owl, Expandy, but for Twitter or for X, okay? So it's AI outreach for Twitter, and it works incredibly well. Twitter have extremely high limits for outreach. Okay, so to use it, we're going to do new automation. You can use it for interactions on Twitter. You can use it to get new followers, and we're going to do or to message new followers. We're going to do cold DM. We're going to select an audience. And what we're going to do is AI generator. So we are going to have it automatically generate a message for us. I'm an agency owner selling web services to, let's do biohackers, or that's the audience we've got selected, right? Biohackers. Okay, so I'm an agency selling, I'm selling supplements for biohackers to help them improve their sleep. Okay, we want to secure a meeting. We want to complement the lead, and let's just let it do its thing. So let's just generate and see what happens. Oh, let's let it be creative. Let's see the message. Obviously, we can go ahead and we can write this ourselves. We can use the same format as we were doing on Instagram and Facebook. Something went wrong, probably because I changed that as we were doing it. That's not good. Drippy, what's going on? Okay, something went wrong. Software Rules 101. Let your product work when someone is trying to show people why it's good. Okay, we're there. Hello there, I noticed you're interested in world of biohacking. Improving sleep can have a significant impact on performance and overall well-being. Or specialise in supplements design, especially. Are you open for ways to explore and optimise your sleep? This is a good message, just way too long. Okay, so we want to make sure that we change something here. Maximum of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's do 15 words. Okay, let's generate a new one. Let's take that rule and let's put it in the context. Okay. There's word count. There you go. Discover our sleep supplements provided by biohackers. Ask a question. Cool. Are you interested in enhancing your sleep quality to boost your performance in your biohacking journey? Still a little bit AI, we'll probably tweak around with that, but we're getting much closer there. So you can see here, just like input versus equals output, the quality of the input will directly reflect the quality of your output. We said we want a question there. Went from a long message to a short message. We're definitely making progress there. But presumably it's going to auto-generate a message for every person that actually reaches out to. It was quite impressive, but what I would say is you're going to want to split test a number of different messages yourself. And then you're going to want to track the data. So I would use a maximum of 3 different messages to start off with, track the data, and then focus on one whilst adding 2 additional tests, okay? So you're just constantly testing additional messages, but always just benchmarking against the one that is working the best. That's always the best rule of thumb for any cold outreach. Same for your email or anything. One's a core, and you're adding new ones, like your ads. You're running new ads, you throw new creatives into the ad account, but you're still spending the majority of your money on the thing that's working the best, okay? The general rule of thumb is, and this is a rule across all marketing, and a side note, this is a hack, I wish I learned this a lot sooner. Spent a lot of money and time to figure this out. You should spend 70% of your time on what is already working, or you've already proven to work, 20% of your time on refining what is already working, on creating iterations of what is already working, and 10% on testing new things, okay? So when you've got something working, spend the majority of your time on that thing. So many people spend 70% on their time on trying new things, and then they flip it. They spend like 10% on their time on what is already working, okay? And that's how you scale quickly. You compulsively obsess over what is working. You double, triple, 10 triple down on it. So there we go, we've got our message variants there. So we'd have our 2 additional variants. We can add our follow-ups as well. So we can add follow-up messages within, let's say, 2 days, just like we did with email. We can send, again, I would recommend 3 follow-ups. You could send up to 5, but 3 is good without pissing people off. And then we hit start automation once we've got that all ready, and we can choose again, same with everything else, to schedule the days and so on that we want to send these from. If you want me to talk in any more detail about any of these tools, please do let me know in the comments, and I just want to gauge your interest from this video, and then I can go deep into any of these things. So I told you guys I'd give you a strategy that all of you can use and apply, and this is relevant for whatever product or service you're trying to sell, especially if you're an agency owner. In the early stages, you don't know what is going to work the best for you. You don't know which of these tools is going to be the most effective. I wish I could tell you just this one tool is going to be the absolute best. In fact, side note, if you want to know the best outreach strategy on your time, is cold calling. Cold calling is absolutely sensational. Well, irrelevant. We want to use AI. We're staying on topic right now. All of you have the ability to set up outreach on each and every one of these tools to start off with. If you've got the financial means to do so, you could also do it on a free trial with them. And you could set the bare minimum as your 50 outreaches per day with the same script across Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, 50 outreaches a day per platform. And over time, when you track your response rates and your positive response rates, and of course your appointment set rate, then you'll be able to identify which of the platforms is going to be the best for you based on your location, your niche, and your offer, because that variable will change across all of those things. So run this for a couple of weeks, for a couple of months. The more data you've got, the better. And when you identify which of the platforms is going to be the best for you, go all in on that one platform. And only when then you have got the level of scale you want to get out of the platform, you're scaling at the rate that you want to, and you're hitting your goals, only then do you then come back and revisit the second best platform, and then you master that, and then you revisit the third best platform, and then you master that. But the rule for all businesses, if they want quick scale, is try everything. Read the data, see what works the best, then go all in on that best thing, and only when you master it and you're growing at a crazy rate and you're maxing out that one tool do you revisit all the other tools. If you're an agency owner and you want to stay on top of more tools that you use, you want to be the first to know when we're playing around with new tech, then I want to invite you to join our completely free school community called Agency Owners, fitting. There's a link in the description and you can join that and surround yourself with thousands of other people on the same journey as you. And of course, subscribe for more, and I'll see you soon. Cheers.